an important term which is known as lattice energy. So what is lattice energy? Lattice energy is the energy released when one mole ionic compound is formed from the gaseous cation and gaseous anion. So if we want to form 1 mole NaCl which is in solid state, we have to react Na plus which is in gaseous state and Cl minus which is in also gaseous state. So the energy released when 1 mole ionic compound is formed from the isolated gaseous cation and isolated gaseous anion is known as lattice energy. So here we say that energy released is known as lattice energy, right? And we have to say that during this release of energy, the system gets stability. We all know that to attain stability, every system releases energy. Now, during the formation of NaCl, an amount of energy is released to get the system stable. That is known as lattice energy, right? And there is no direct method to calculate the lattice energy, right? There is no direct method, right? There is no direct method to calculate lattice energy. So we have to perform an indirect method. We have to perform an indirect method to calculate lattice energy, right? So there is no direct method to calculate lattice energy. And the indirect method to calculate the lattice energy, we will draw a cycle which is known as Born-Haber cycle. So to calculate lattice energy, we have to perform an indirect method, and the indirect method will be performed through the Born-Haber cycle, right? So through the Born-Haber cycle, we will calculate the lattice energy. So no direct method, right? There is no direct method. Okay. So what is Born-Haber cycle, right? We all go through Born-Haber cycle, but we don't know why this Born-Haber cycle is used in our syllabus. Many times a question is arise why Born-Haber cycle is used in our syllabus. So the answer is to calculate lattice energy, Born-Haber cycle is used. Clear? Fine. Now, so in the Born-Haber cycle, we will go through many energy terms, right? Like this one. What is it? It is heat of formation. Heat of formation, right? F for formation, or you can say it enthalpy of formation. Enthalpy of formation. Clear? What is the definition of enthalpy of formation? The amount of heat released, when 1 mole of compound is formed. 1 mole of compound is formed from its elements, which is in pure and stable state. Pure and stable state. Clear? So enthalpy of formation is the amount of heat released when 1 mole of compound is formed from its elements, which is in pure and stable state. Is it clear? Fine. Now, so if we want to form NaCl, which is stable in the solid state, right? We have to react sodium, which is in solid state. In nature, we get sodium in the solid state, which is a stable state, and we have to react it with chlorine, which is in the gaseous state. So it is also stable in the gaseous state. Okay, so if we want to form NaCl, 1 mole NaCl, clear? This is the solid stable state and pure form, and chlorine is its pure form and in the stable state also. So if we react these two and we form 1 mole NaCl, then an amount of heat is released, that is known as delta HF, that is heat of formation, right? Sorry, we have done a mistake here, that is half Cl2 needed here, right? Na plus half Cl2, 1 mole NaCl is formed, and during this reaction an amount of heat is released, that is known as heat of formation. Clear? So lattice energy and heat of formation is different. Okay, an amount of heat is released from its elements, which is in the pure and stable form. Sodium in the solid state is in the pure and stable form. Chlorine, which is in gaseous state, which is also in pure and stable form. So if we react these two, an amount of heat is released and 1 mole compound is formed. That heat is known as heat of formation, right? So we can clearly define that delta HF is different from lattice energy. These two are very much different. Clear? What is lattice energy? We have gone through that. Whenever we want to form 1 mole of ionic compound from its gaseous cation and gaseous anion, an amount of energy is released, that is known as lattice energy. And what is delta HF? that is to form 1 mole NaCl or 1 mole ionic compound from its from the elements which is in pure unstable form, an amount of heat is released, that is known as delta Hf. So these two, this is solid state and gaseous state, but in the lattice energy, Na plus, which is in gaseous state, plus Cl minus, which is also in the gaseous state, if we form 1 mole NaCl, clear, which is stable in the solid state, an amount of energy is released, clear, an amount of, this is NaCl, an amount of energy is released, that is known as energy released, that is known as lattice energy. Clear? So the difference is very much clear to us. Fine. Now, how to calculate delta Hf? Right? We have to calculate delta Hf to calculate the lattice energy, which we will calculate through an indirect method, not in the direct method, right? Okay, fine. So a cycle will be drawn from this reaction, right? Now we all know that what is ionization energy? Ionization energy is the energy required to release electron from the isolated gaseous atom. Clear? So from Na to Na plus, to convert Na to the Na plus is not an easy method, right? So this is in the solid state. Now we have to convert it in the gaseous state, right? So if we want to convert a solid state which is in stable form into a gaseous form, we have to provide an amount of energy that is known as sublimation energy, right? SE, that is known as sublimation energy. SUBLIMATION, sublimation energy. Clear? And we have to provide this energy. That's why it is calculated in plus form. Its sign will be positive, right? And from sodium, which is in the gaseous state, now we can easily release an electron from the isolated gaseous atom, right? Now we have to provide an ionization energy to convert the Na to Na plus by releasing one electron, and we have to provide this energy also. That's why it is also calculated in the positive form, that is its sign will be positive because we have to provide this energy. Clear? And this is known as ionization energy. Ionization energy. Clear? Now chlorine which is in the gaseous state, right? So we don't need to provide any sublimation energy to it, right? It is already in the gaseous form. Fine. So from Cl2 we have to convert it in the Cl form, right? To convert Cl2 into Cl, we need to break the bond between Cl, right? We need to break the bond, right? And that energy which is required to break the bond is known as bond dissociation energy. Bond dissociation energy, right? This is known as bond dissociation energy. Now we have to provide dE, that is dissociation energy, but the dissociation energy is required in case of 1 mole, right? In 1 mole. But here we see that chlorine Cl2, before Cl2 half is written, that is half mole. So you need to break the bond and you have to require the energy, that is dE by 2, right? An amount of energy is required, that is known as dissociation energy, to break the bond between the Cl and Cl2 will convert into Cl, which is also in the gaseous state, right? And you have to provide this energy. So it is also calculated and its sign will be in the positive form. Now you have to convert Cl into Cl minus, right? Cl minus is equal. Now to convert Cl from Cl minus, you have to provide an electron into Cl. And if we provide an electron to Cl, an amount of energy is released. In all these cases you have to provide the energy, but whenever you converting the Cl into Cl minus, an amount of energy is released because you are providing an electron into Cl. So the amount of energy released is known as electron affinity. So this is known as electron affinity, right? You can clearly see it. Electron affinity. An amount of energy is released. That's why its sign will be negative whenever we are going to calculate this, right? So we have get Na plus in gaseous form and Cl minus in the gaseous form, and whenever a gaseous cation and gaseous anion react and they form 1 mole ionic compound, an amount of energy is released, that is known as lattice energy. Here 1 mole ionic compound is formed from the gaseous cation and gaseous anion. So lattice energy is released. Here energy released occur here. You are not providing energy. Energy released occurring here. So this lattice energy will also be calculated in negative form, right? Its sign will be negative. So what is delta HF? Now we can calculate delta HF by all this energy. So delta HF is equals to SE, that is sublimation energy, plus, right? It is in the plus form because sublimation energy is plus here. Now plus IE, that is ionization energy. Here is also a plus, so you are writing a plus sign here. Now plus dissociation energy, that is dE by 2, right? Minus electron affinity EA, okay, and minus lattice energy, that is LE. So whenever a question is asked in the examination or in the entrance, many of the times you have to calculate lattice energy. You will be provided heat of formation, sublimation energy, ionization energy, dissociation energy, electron affinity, and you have to just calculate this lattice energy. So now it is easy to calculate lattice energy, right, through this method, and this cycle is known as Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle. So we will read this Born-Haber cycle to calculate lattice energy. This is all about it.